Body for Believers, Section 2. Here we're going to jump in and lay some foundational information. Not going to get too deep into the weeds nutritionally, but we're going to talk about this wise plan and why so many people have had great success on it. We have some simple standards that we have to achieve. We'll talk about 3 of those here. One of them is a calorie deficit. For this to be a wise plan, we simply have to have you in a calorie deficit. Now, that's a simple nutritional rule that a lot of folks understand. I have to put less calories in than I burn off in order to reduce. If I put more calories in than I burn off, I get big. What so many people will do is just count calories in order to achieve this. Well, that doesn't work very well because counting calories is not a wise approach to nutrition because calories are not created equal. 100 calories of ice cream is going to affect my body a great deal different than 100 calories of broth. Counting calories is counterproductive, not something that we're going to waste our time doing. We're just going to make sure that we eat the right stuff in the right way and still achieve a calorie deficit. We're not going to do what I did most of my life till I learned the principles that I'm going to share with you. I tighten up my bootstraps, turn over a new leaf, and I'd decide that I was going to take my health back and get rid of the unwanted fat. And I'd starve myself for a while. I'd get on 500-700 calories a day. You won't starve in our culture. After a period of time, I would run out of discipline, come up for air, and suck in all the French fries I can find and end up being bigger than I was before I started. I did that yo-yo most of my life, and I'm not in for that anymore. I have a couple standards. I'm not going to eat dirt and cardboard, and I'm not going to starve. We've accomplished that with Body for Believers. Now, this is a solid rule. You got to be in a calorie deficit, but we're going to be in a calorie deficit without starving you and while feeding your body. I don't want to just put you on a Twinkie a day until you end up in the hospital. Another simple standard that we have to have is you got to be able to understand it. We want you to get the information that we are presenting. Now, there's going to be so much nutritional information here, you might have to go back and watch videos a few times in a few different areas to get it to click. It's not going to be complicated, but it may be a little confusing because we're going to share so much information with you. But what we did was make the program as easy as we possibly could. If I named a category something, I called it a lean protein, that's going to mean it's a protein that doesn't have much fat in it. If I call it a fibrous carb, that's going to be a carbohydrate that's high in fiber. Not going to call categories A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Not going to name them by their molecular structure and make it more complicated than it has to be. We're not going to have extra combinations to make it more confusing. We have as few combinations, as few categories to give you as many wonderful, good tasting fat burn meals as we can possibly accomplish. Nothing is taught until something is learned. These are life-changing nutritional principles, and we want you to get them. Also, you'd probably want to go to Facebook and like our Facebook page. Here's how our Facebook page is listed: Body for Believers. Go find us on Facebook, like us there. It'd be a great place for you to ask us questions. It'll also be a place where you'll find recipes. That'll be a great resource. Okay, another simple standard that we have to have in order for this to be a wise plan is that you got to be able to eat common everyday foods. Yes, I could put prepackaged plates together and sell you prepackaged plates, and you would do fine eating those prepackaged plates. But you and I both know that that's not a long-term endeavor. You're not going to do that 5 years from now, no matter how disciplined you might seem right now. So here's what we want to do. Simple standard is teach people how to take normal everyday foods that they can get from their local grocery store and have great success. We have an online store that's wonderful. We have foods by category at bodyforbeliever.com. You can go to our webpage, go to our online store, and you can see by category snacks and extras, natural carbs and fibrous carbs. But the fact of the matter is you never have to buy any foods from us. You can go right into your local grocery store and get what you need. If you like steak and potatoes and pork chops and corn and okra and squash and oatmeal and grits, then you got to be able to get those normal everyday foods that you grew up on, put them together in the right way to accomplish great nutrition. We can do that, and we're going to teach you how. We've got to have you in a calorie deficit. You've got to clearly understand the program, and you've got to have common everyday foods. That'll make it a lifestyle and not a short-term event. Now, in section 3, we'll further define why this is a wise plan by making it sustainable. So see you in section 3 while we continue under the idea of the basics, the foundations that we build our nutritional house on.